A big thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring this week's video.
Right, I've got my helper for a second again. But so the plan for today was to put the windows in. So there's going to be a window here, a window in the door there. There's going to be a window here, and a window here. Lots of windows. But I haven't got the fixing brackets for the windows, which is great news because I can put it off for another day. But the bad news is that I'm now going to put my roof light in. So I'm going to have a roof, well, I say roof light, it's going to be a fan that goes up here. Fan's really important in a camper van because you don't want too much condensation building up. You want to get rid of the moisture, so a fan is going to go in there. And I just need to make sure I've got it at the right position, left and right, because there's a little bit of wiggle room. So to do that, I need to just get my roof rack out and just check the length of it. I'm so worried about cutting this. It's so scary. So this is the fan. Suppose I better look at instructions first. So, well, that's the top. So I've got, this is the bit that goes on the inside, that goes on the top, screw them together, done. Should be fairly simple, shouldn't it? Just got to cut a hole. I bought this, which is a adapter basically for the roof, and you can see there's these little ridge lines here that fit over the ridges on the roof, which means that I don't have to use as much packing tape and I should get a better seal with it. So I'm basically going to put this on the roof, going to stick this down on the roof over the hole that I've cut out, and then I'm going to stick this on top of this. Should fit perfectly, it does. And stick that down, screw through that, screw through this, screw through the metal roof, and then this will be at the bottom. But I won't put this on until I've finished the inside of my van. Right, so as with everything with the camper van, interactions go on everywhere. So, you know, the roof rack might impact the roof light, etc. So I've got to be 100% sure, this is my roof rack, that this roof rack isn't going to go too far forward, or if I could move my roof light a little bit further forward, it would mean that this would fit properly. So I'm just going to check the exact fitting of the roof rack now, just to make sure that my roof light is in the right place. Don't lose the bits, Nigel. Where am I going to put these bits? I'm going to put all the roof rack bits in here. Be tidy, Nigel. Be tidy. I'm so bad at this. One of the biggest problems I'm going to have with this project is losing stuff. I'm not the most tidy person, so I've got to keep tidy. Right, I'm hot and bothered, hat's going to have to go. I probably should read the instructions on this, work out what goes with what, because, yeah, instructions are important. Get the instructions. So it looks like I can put the things anywhere, basically, because I think these struts are just on a T-track and they can move up and down. Well, they are, so I don't think it's going to matter. Famous last words. Do you agree, Rick?
I'm not committed to agreeing.
See, they've not put one in there. If a route AC fitted to the vehicle, space the slats around the AC.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's totally fine, isn't it? It's not a problem. Right, so I don't need this. We'll just move this down here. Oh. Right, back to this. I'm just putting this off, really. This is what I'm doing. I think I need to get on the roof and go and have a look. Yep, safe. So many flies up here. It's fly fest. Right, that's rock solid where it's reinforced, but that isn't so good. So, just need to be careful where I stand because I've got a little bit of girth on me. but that's quite squidgy. Flies everywhere. That's really squidgy in the middle. Yeah, I'm stuck. So that fits perfectly on there. Look at that. Oh, it's good, isn't it? So I need to put that on there, and then this fits in the hole in there and scrolls down because there's going to be a hole in. So I think now I've just got to work out the middle, draw a line around it and cut it. What can go wrong? Pretend the van roof's there, that's going to go on the van roof, this is going on top, and then I'm going to screw through this and the van roof, and I need something for it to grab to underneath, a wooden frame. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a wooden frame, which is effectively this. So I make this as a wooden frame to go underneath it. So I just need to measure this. Four by 4 thickness and depth. Don't think this really matters. So for the depth, I've just got to think about what's going to go in my roof. So I'm going to have some insulation, and then I'm going to have some boarding, some tunnel groove boarding that's going to be my ceiling of my van. So I just want to check the thickness of that to make sure I don't make it too thick. I mean, it doesn't need to be that thick really, so probably just make it 3.5 centimetres, so 35 mil. Good, I'm going to draw that just to make sure I don't make a mistake. So it's going to be square like this, and that's going to be 40 millimeters. That's going to be 400 millimeters, and then the depth of it is going to be 35 millimeters. So this is going to be 40. I've got to take off 80, so they're going to be 320. So I just need to cut 2 at 400 and 2 at 320 of a 35 by 40 millimeter bit of wood. Got 400 twice and 320 twice. That's 800. 14. Oh, I think it's just going to fit. Not got enough left. Oh well. What did I say? 320. Yeah, 320. I've done the whole thing wrong. Oh! Jesus, where's my pencil? That was such a dumb thing to do. So basically, I'm dumb. So I cut it 400, but it's the inside that needs to be 400 by 400. I've done the outside. It is the inside, isn't it? Yeah, it's the inside. Right, so that's all wrong. So that was all wrong. Good start. First thing I do on my camper van and measure it wrong. Let's draw it again. So it's got to be. Everyone was shouting that out probably in the thing. So let's draw it again. So I drew it right, I just didn't think, which is usually the case with me. Right, try that again. So this one's got to be 480. At least I've not wasted those cuts. Don't make a mistake when I'm cutting the roof, that would be really bad. That's maybe longer than those. I made those 500. I shouldn't be doing this camper van. This is going to go so bad. I can't believe it. This is the one thing I'm meant to be good at. I'm just nervous, okay? Chill out. Right, it should be exactly the same profile as those. Ugh. Right, so which one do I need to cut? That one. So, that is going to be, going to use pocket holes for this too. So the inside of that should be exactly the same as the inside of this.
So after eventually getting everything the right size, I put this together with some pocket holes and we were nearly there.
Hey, that's good. It's not the best ever bit of woodworking in the world, but it'll do the job. So I just need to go and check this in there now, because I might have to just trim a bit off it, depending on how it fits. I think I just need to take a bit off on the table saw along there and along there, so I'll just have like a notch out of it. I'm just going to cut out this notch in this bit of wood. There's a little bit of jeopardy here that I might hit the nail, the screw that I put through, but I don't think so. So we'll give it a go. Boom. There we go. I'm going to have to cut a hole at some point, aren't I? So I'm going to go and mark this now with my Sharpie, tape it up, and then I'm going to cut out the hole. Now I've got a nibbler and a jigsaw. I'd like to use my nibbler, and I want to practice on it. So I think I'm going to use my nibbler for this hole. You'll see what nibbler is in a minute. So all I need to do now, it said draw one around the outside as well, didn't it? I don't see why. I mean, I could draw around the outside. I feel like I should have read the whole instructions, but I actually don't think there is anything to worry about here. Right, I'm going to go with a nibbler. Just never used one of these before, could be a complete disaster this, but that's what it's for, so why not use it? So I'm going to use this, but I've got to cut a hole big enough to get that in. I'll cut a 25mm hole with these. Ah. There we go. I feel like I should put something underneath just to catch stuff. I don't know why.
Is it because you don't want to drill a hole in the roof?
Yeah, I'll just sack off putting the stuff underneath. Right, let's just go and do it. Right, I'm just going to drill a hole here, I think. Actually, I might drill it a bit in and then I can go to the line. I'll do that. Here we go. First hole in the van. It's definitely inside, isn't it? Yeah. Yep, that went well. I didn't do the chuck up or hold the thing very well. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of iron filings created. That went well, I think. Okay, this is the first time I've ever used this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and go over this bump here, because this is sacrificial. And then before I'm starting to do the line that matters a bit more, I've got used to it. That doesn't seem good. It's done it, but it's done it in a very sort of shaky way. It's pretty good, but also quite scary. Maybe a jigsaw might be a better bet. Right, I'm switching to the jigsaw just because I feel like this is working, but putting quite a lot of pressure on the thin metal, and I've got like, I just feel like this might work better. I'm going to give this a go. I can always go back to that. I'm overthinking it really, but I've got to tape up when I put this on because I don't want to scratch the surface. So I just need to put some tape around it. First hole cut, boom. Hey, right, I've just got to clean it all up now. I think I might get my leaf blower to blow all the iron filings away. Is that a good idea? Maybe not a good idea, that. Maybe I'll hoover them up. A hole, the first hole in the van. And it's sort of straight, so all I need to do now is just file the edges and then prime them, and then I can stick it all together and I will have a fan.
Speaking of fans, if you want to become a fan of the channel, then head down and hit that subscribe button. It really means a lot to me. I then just put all the pieces together, screwed some holes in the metal, and I was finally ready to fit everything together with this horrible black stuff called Sikaflex 522. Okay, this is the bit I've been worrying about. I've got this gun that should help me hopefully get an even flow of this out, and I'm going to try and bead it round the outside and round the screw holes. This is Sikaflex 522, whatever that means. Oh, here it goes. Well, this is quite good, I think. Better if I was more proficient with it. I can't see the bloody holes, so I can see one there. Right, go. So this was really easy. I wasn't stressed at all doing this part. Anyway, with Rick's help, we got it all together. I think getting the first thing in the outside of the camper van was a real milestone, and I just felt a little bit more relieved.
Right, well, it's not the neatest, but it's not bad. I probably should have put some tape down beforehand. That would have been a good idea. But it's not too bad. I've got a little bit on my hands. But apart from that, I think it's sealed. Right. Done. Right, well, that was a successful first hole in the van. Tomorrow we're going to do the roof. Building this van is really stressful. But if you want to build a website, then that doesn't have to be stressful, because Squarespace are a fantastic platform to build your own website. They sponsored this week's video, didn't they, Pebbles? And if you're looking to build a website, set up an online store, and you want to just a really easy way to do it, you've no technical skills, then head over to squarespace.com/Nigel to get 10% off your first purchase. Right, tomorrow, the roof rack. Right, I'm a little bit worried. It's the next day and it rained really hard in the night. So I've not put the lap sealant on yet. So it might have leaked, but I think it should be waterproof still. And then the lap sealant will just finish that off. So I'm just gonna have a look, see if we've got any leaks. Can't see any like big puddle on the ground. I mean, it probably would have dried out by now anyway if it's leaked, but no, I don't think there's any leaks. Yes. No leaks at all. Boom. That's good. So we're going to finish the roof, I think. So I'm going to put the roof rack on and then the solar panel on the roof rack. That's the job for today. And then I'll carry on with windows in the next video. Right, roof rack, solar panel. Right, I'm going to start with the instructions. A bit of a novelty for me, but I think this is a good plan. The tricky thing here is getting the feet to seal to the roof. There's like little plugs in the roof that are installed by the manufacturer, and I've just got to heat gun them off. And I've got to make sure I take the right ones off, and yeah, should be fairly easy. I just want to make sure that this is meant to be for my van. I just want to make sure it matches up. There we go, that'll do. Right, we need the side profiles. So the roof is a front runner roof. I had to import it from Germany. Getting a roof rack to sort of fit exactly what I wanted, because I've got a bit of a plan and I'm going to talk about that when we get the roof rack up. It's going to be quite a cool thing to do from a photography point of view. But to get that, I had to import it from Germany. Not that that means anything bad, it's actually better, really well packed. Right, I need to be 100% sure that these feet are going to fit on the van. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work that out before I take the holes out of the van and create some sort of shower that's not meant to be a shower, I suppose. Right, so that's going to go on there like that. Like that, I think. So I just do with opening up one of these. I think that's on the outside, that's on the inside, I'm guessing. That is the foot that goes down like that, and then that attaches onto there like that. I suppose the thing I need to be sure about is that the right width for my vehicle as well. So I might check that out. So when that goes, does that go on the outside?
So I went outside and marked all the factory plastic holes that needed removing and used a hot gun to soften them up, and they were really easy to remove. It's quite amazing actually. I didn't realise that vans had these in the top of them, and there's lots of things that I've discovered doing this that I just didn't realise, and that's what I love so much about building your own thing. You start to get a better understanding for how things work. It was then just a case of putting the feet on these roof rack rails and putting some butyl tape down to hopefully stop any water getting in. Some Sikaflex around the screw threads and clamping it all together to torque. What was interesting was I did have a torque bar to be able to get the right torque, and at first I thought it was just too tight. But then on some of the ones that I hadn't tightened quite as much, there was a little bit of play in the foot, which obviously I didn't want. So I tightened them all to exact torque specs.
Next time I do this, never doing this again. Oh, Jesus Christ. I hate Sikaflex. Did I mention that? Whoever invented that. Ugh. Right, I'm trying to work out how I can get on the roof without going through it. And then I've got some lap sealant here, and I'm gonna, the roof light that I've put in, I'm gonna lap sealant over the screws. So it's just gonna be super watertight. No water's gonna get in here. And I'm gonna try and do it as neatly as possible without touching this, which I've just fixed to the roof. I don't know how far to go onto here, but I'm not going to go that far onto there, I don't think I need to. I'm just going to go like this all the way around. It's going to look crap to begin with, it's going to get better. I've just got to keep telling myself that. Right, go. Here she comes. Hell. that came out a bit quicker. I think it's going well. There's a lot of places here I haven't covered.
And what's the other problem?
It's a pile of shit.
No, the other one about having enough.
I've basically run out, I think, and I've only done half of it. Doesn't sound good, does it? Come on, we can do this. Nope, that's it. We've run out and I haven't got any more. It was going so well. Right, little 3 screws. You stay firm until I get some more. I think we'll be good. I mean, it lasted in the rain without leaking with the other stuff, so I think we'll be fine. Well, that's it for this week. Next week, the windows. What can possibly go wrong? Oh my word. That's leaked over quite a bit. It's leaking quite a bit now. It's like self-leveling. It's looking quite good where it's sort of splodged. Splodged quite a bit, hasn't it? I've just put my shoe in it. I hate this stuff. I really hate it. Right, I don't think I can do this. I think I might need your help because I don't think I've got the... I just don't think I can lean over without putting my hand somewhere, and I can't hold this. Or you could just video me and I'll do it. It'll be fine. What am I worrying about? That's not even a problem, was it? Look at that. I purposely, on purpose, thought if I run out, make sure those 3 screws there that are covered. Right, I've got to get down now.